This doesn't mean he can't grow and you can't grow and I can't grow. It doesn't mean that we can't learn new skills. We can. But this actually points to the second myth that might be holding you back. The myth that you're going to grow the most, you're going to learn the most in the areas where you're weakest. That one sounds odd, but if you think about it, it was ingrained in you really early, wasn't it? Because when you were a kid and you were in class or you were in school and you found out you were good at maths but not very good at English, you didn't get more maths, did you? You got more English. You got remedial English. And your parents were in on this game. They were part of the ingraining process. The Gallup organization once asked this question. Your child comes home with the following grades. English A, Social Studies A, Biology C, Algebra F. Which grade deserves the most attention from you? The question didn't say, if you pick one of the grades, you've got to ignore all the others. It just said, hey, look, here are the grades, and you've only got one thing to invest in your child, your time. Which grade deserves the most attention, the most time from you? 77% of parents would focus on the F. Now, the point here isn't that you should ignore the F any more than you should ignore your own weaknesses. You can't ignore weaknesses. The point is simply, and the truth, if you like, the truth that should replace the myth is that you're going to grow the most, you're going to develop the most in the areas where you already know the most. You grow the most in your areas of strength. In your areas of weakness, yeah, you can learn, but what learnings you gain are achieved with great effort and difficulty, and you don't get very much bang for your buck. I mean, me, growing up, I had a weakness for confrontation. I just wasn't very good at confronting people. I can remember, when I had to try and persuade my dad that I wanted to do something that he wouldn't let me do, I would prepare, I would think about the arguments I wanted to make or the examples that I'd pick, and I even actually rehearsed the actual words I would use. I would be totally prepared, but somehow, in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the confrontation, my brain would shut my mouth down. Just couldn't find the words. They'd get like stuck in the guzzard or gizzard or whatever this part of the neck is. It's stuck right here. I'd choke every time. Now, going into the workplace, people figured this out about me and they'd counsel me. They'd sort of take me under their wing and say, here's a nice assertiveness training course. Go take that. Or they'd give me little tips and hints, Some of which, by the way, quite good. Always look people directly in the eye if you want to confront them. Or as they raise their voice, lower yours. All good stuff, and I worked at it, and I got better. I went from terrible to really bad. A much better use of my time would have been to take all that training, effort, and energy and stuff and put it into my strengths. Because if you want to grow, like me, you're going to have to take all your creativity, all your effort, all of your push and your drive, and invest it in those areas where you have some natural strength. There, you're going to see giant leaps of learning. So do that. Manage around the weaknesses.